all you can control is the now. One thing that Bashar stated that resonates so deeply with me now is circumstances don't matter, only your state of being matters. And that sentence, that shit lives in my head. So what he means by that, guys, I'm kind of rambling right now. Apologies.
No, no, perfect.
Is let's say, for example, you get your reality shows you something is popping off. You ignore that. You can change only way you can really change it is controlling how you feel your state of being. So when you go into the present moment, like Andy describes in the book, you can put yourself in a new reality, a new state to where the solution is already possible. You already switch that parallel reality with a version of yourself that is good. So I said I to say that that present moment is a fucking game changer.
Yeah, because like basically every day, like if you don't do your presence practice, especially in the morning, and then you go through your day, we're all basically having a bunch of knee-jerk reactions all day. We're
Mm-hmm.
getting triggered all day, basically, right?
Yep.
And so basically, if you just have a foundation of presence first thing in the morning and you maintain that all day, then it's just like you're able to not have these knee-jerk reactions. All of a sudden, you have other choice, which is to not get triggered and stay in the present moment. So it's really about can you stay in the present? Like it's really about like when you're present, it's really about when a trigger comes up, it's like, do you choose to continue being present or do you choose to get triggered or activate this muscle of worrying? You know,
Mm-hmm.
so it's just
And
you
also
have that
look at
choice
it.
now.
You have that choice. So look at it as a game. You're being tested. Okay, I'm being tested on this. Okay, I know the answers. I know all that shit. You have the power, like Andy's saying, to make a choice. I can choose to pass this test, choose something different, or attach back to that negative thought or that trigger, like Andy mentioned in the book. Funny you mentioned trigger. You describing in the book about, like, for example, you go grocery shopping and you're looking at the price and you're like, let me ask you this, bro. Have you ever had that thought? Let's say you in a grocery store and you look at something. Let's just say it's 13 pounds, and then the bigger version of it's like 2 pounds more, and you like, oh, that 15 is just too much. But you ended up going for the 13, and when you get home, be like, damn, I was really tripping off 2 pounds, bro. Two
All
pounds,
the time, all the
two
time.
pounds. But then that's
Dude,
that
so
trigger.
so so I just want to share with you real quick. Yeah, like bro, I still have these experiences every time I shop. Like, but it's
Mm-hmm.
on a different level, right? It took me a little bit of time in the beginning to just work through just the basic worrying about these things, right? Um, and then once I cleared that up, like a lot more money started flowing more than ever. But like I still deal with that to this day, but on a completely different level. So
Yeah.
when I buy regular things, I'm completely fine because I have the money. Like, because once you shift your reality,
Mm-hmm.
then like I see that like sorry, once you shift your internal reality, I can see my external reality change. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and so all of a sudden, it looks like I have more and more money to go grocery shopping. So I'm less stressed. I'm able to buy better things and just not stress about those certain things.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm at the point, yeah, like I still deal with this, but on a more like I'm dealing with like just feeling bad when I buy like more high end items, like really high end items, like
Mm-hmm.
like like when I buy a seat for a plane, I'm like, damn, do I want to spend another like double, triple the price, for like higher class seat,
Yeah.
and it's like, fuck, man, I could do a lot of other stuff with the money or whatever, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm wrestling with that type of thing now, but
I
that
feel
makes
that.
sense because that's where my life is, where like I have all the money and time, like freedom in the world, and it's just like, but my next step in my life is really just to that like crazy balling out level where I'm flying private jets, first class, whatever. But if I try to do that right now, I will feel fucking terrible, right? Like I can
Mm-hmm.
get a first class flight right now, but I, I would get triggered on some level. Like I would
Mm-hmm.
still feel like I still have resistance to clear on those type of topics.
Yeah.
But it's like that's such a luxury, literally, because I'm at the point where like all the regular stuff, day stuff, like bills and like having to work or having a manager or like just stress, relationship stress, all these topic stress, they're like no longer there in my life because I clear so much. So now all the things I deal with are very subtle, right? But it took me a time to get here, and I didn't have the tools that I shared in the book because like
Yeah.
all the things that took me 10 years to do, I help people do it in like months now because
Mhm.
I didn't have this, I didn't have all of it in one place or one book, on my journey, right? So
Yeah.
people, what I'm saying, like I'm helping people make the money that took me 10 years or whatever to like learn how to manifest, and they do it in like 2 months. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Like,
It's
guys,
just crazy.
what you don't understand, like Eddie said, it's 10 years of practice of clearing resistance, of understanding his triggers to apply it to the point where he is now. And it's so dope that you have a book that not only explains his knowledge, but also if you apply these things, because you have to have a spiritual practice. You have to. You can't just do something one day and think it's gonna work. Like you need to apply this, and then it becomes your identity, becomes the new you, and then you start looking things different. But you have to apply this stuff. But
Yeah.
you have to have fun with applying. It can't be like, oh, I forgot to say my affirmations today. You have to
Yeah.
find a way to have fun with it. Like I was describing earlier, like when I wake up, I actually enjoy it because I use that moment to just program how my shit
and
gonna
you
go.
feel and you feel the difference too, like,
Feel the
what I'm saying,
difference, bro.
especially once you get good at like the thought shifting process, which is
Hmm.
the process I teach people for clearing for manifestation. Like, bro, you start doing that shit effectively and you feel that immediate like energy shift on the fucking spot, and then just the whole day turns out different, and then your whole reality like will very soon within the day or the next day will start to shift if you do this correctly.